In today's video, we're going to be making a legendary childhood hero of mine that I've been wanting to scratch off the list for a long time. He's a gigantic mech made up of 5 giant lion mechs, controlled by 5 kids who aren't even old enough to own a driver's license. And as Voltron is punching and kicking and stomping around, those 5 kids are seated in the head, hands, and feet of Voltron. Buckle up your seatbelts, kids, because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. I bought some things to make Voltron a while ago, really just these 2 Lego figures that I got mainly for the head, wings, and sword. But I quickly realized that making the lion heads for the hands and feet were gonna be pretty difficult, and the whole project went on hold. But then Series 3 came out, giving us Shock Whip Chucks and Alpha Predator Tail Whip, both of whom have shoulder armor that somewhat resemble a lion's head. I think it's close enough for today's project. And looking through our doubles, I see we have 2 Alpha Predator Tail Whips here and 3 here, for a total of 5 Alpha Predator Tail Whips, and we have 4 of Shock Whip Chucks. I like these figures a lot, and it would be such a waste to chop up 2 of them for parts, but I think I have an idea that'll get us the parts we need without destroying any warriors. So you guys remember our Minecraft Steve warrior and how we made an epoxy sword using this green stuff as a mold? Well, I'm gonna attempt to make a mold of Chucks' shoulder armor. And if this works, we'll be saving the lives of 2 Shock Whip Chucks. For the body of our warrior, I want to do something different, and I think we just might have everything we need in the parts drawer. Imagine this, guys. Half flapper, half sword, and for Voltron, we couldn't ask for better legs than these. What do you guys think of that? I like the fact that his left hand isn't right up next to his head, and I wasn't thinking of this, but that might actually help with our Voltron custom, seeing as how his head is a huge robot lion head, and his hand is a huge robot lion head. I'm gonna grind these feet down so we can replace them with the lion heads, and I'll square up the left shoulder and remove all details from the upper body. And by now, our mold has to be dry. I have 4 lion heads to make, and each one is gonna take between 2 to 4 hours to dry, so I need to get started now. It took some work to get the green stuff off, but our Chucks is completely unharmed, and I can see all the details inside our mold. Hopefully this works, because I don't want to chop up Chucks. Okay, we gotta do something about this Lego head because it looks terrible. I would love to find a way to squeeze Glitchblade's head in there because his features are actually 3-dimensional as opposed to just being painted on. I think I can get this to work. We just gotta cut off all his hair. That looks good. I don't know if Voltron has teeth, but that looks good. And now for the moment of truth. Wow, it's almost perfect. 3 more to go. Okay, now we know the mold works. Time to find out if the part works. I think this is gonna be awesome. Let's start sculpting what we can while we wait for the second lion head to dry. You guys may have noticed that I've recently only been working with green stuff, and it's not because I have a sponsorship with green stuff and they send me huge boxes of all their products and pay me good money to say good things about them. My business email is in the description. It's primarily because I find it so user-friendly, and if you're a beginner like me, I highly recommend it. The green stuff is completely dry, and as you can see, I can still easily cut through it. Okay, the second lion is done and the third is cooking. And even though they look good as feet, I'm not sure how they'll look as hands. This is the fourth lion head, and at this point, I'm just gonna destroy this mold because my poor fingers have been taking so much damage and abuse from removing these parts. They need some revenge. Now that we have the hands on, I'm a little relieved because it looks alright. And if your creation looks alright when it's unpainted, then trust me, after paint, it's gonna look amazing. There's just one more thing we need to do, and I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. This is gonna be fun. Even though Voltron has a very detailed and complicated paint job, this process doesn't have to be painful. I'll start with the head because most of the colors are already laid out for us. And I'll take advantage of the fact that we didn't glue everything together. The head was easy, and we can make the body easy too. I'll start with a coat of white primer, and after that, I'm gonna completely paint each lion its primary color. Starting with the yellow lion.
Yellow! Yellow lion, yellow lion!
Next, the blue lion. Then the green lion, which was the hardest color to get coverage with. And last, the red lion, which was the second hardest color to get coverage with. After that, I'll paint the red V, followed by the black for the black lion. I'm saving all the steel colored parts for last because for whatever reason, steel has no problem covering, even over black. Now as far as what details I'll be painting, if you look at our Voltron at this point, he looks good. This combination of colors looks really appealing, and if we were to paint all the details from Voltron onto our figure, I honestly don't think we would benefit from it. So for the individual lions, I'm just gonna paint their legs steel and a few details on their face. I will get the crest and belt as accurate as possible. And I'll throw on the wings from our Lego figure and repaint it. And last, I'll paint the base plate white because Voltron is the defender of the galaxy. So what do you guys think of our custom Akedo Voltron? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section. I really want to know. For me, he just might be my new favorite. Actually, it's a tie right now between Voltron and RoboCop. After I make enough warriors from my list, we can have a 1980s throwback tournament. I didn't show you guys, but I painted Lego Voltron's sword and it fits snugly into the hole we drilled. The only thing I'm worried about is that the sword feels super flimsy and I already know it's gonna break in his first battle. But I have a plan to not only make it stronger, but bigger and better. But that'll be in an upcoming shorts video because unfortunately, we've run out of time. Thank you everyone so much for watching. We appreciate you and we'll see you in the next video.